And let's first get you all the details of the Delhi Police FIR lodged in the activist Greta Thunberg toolkit case that we've accessed here on India Today. As per the FIR, banned outfits like the Sikh for Justice were involved, and the toolkit shared by Greta Thunberg called for coordinated protest under the garb of farmer agitation on Republic Day. The FIR says there was a global conspiracy to defame India. The Bombay High Court, meanwhile, will pass its order on the toolkit case suspect, Advocate Nikita Jacobs' anticipatory bail plea. Nikita, in her statement to the Delhi Police, conceded that she attended a Zoom call with pro-Khalistani groups. The cops have sought details now from Zoom on the participants of that meeting, which happened on January 11th. This as another suspect, Shantanu Muluk, has been granted protection from arrest for 10 days by the Bombay High Court yesterday. Another accused, activist Disha Ravi, who is in 5-day police custody after being arrested for allegedly creating that toolkit, was allowed by a Delhi court to speak with her family members and to meet her lawyer. Let me take this across to Arvind Ojha, who's joining us live from Delhi with more details on this. Arvind, जो दिल्ली पुलिस के FIR है, उसमें किसके नाम है, कौन accused है और क्या details है इस केस के बारे में, इस toolkit के बारे में?
देखिए, अगर बात की जाए तो इस जो FIR है उसमें बाकायदा कई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के नाम हैं जो खासकर खालिस्तानी संगठन से जुड़े हुए हैं, लेकिन कोई नामजद FIR नहीं है। अब जबकि दिशा रवि को अरेस्ट किया गया है, निकिता का नाम सामने आया है, शांतनु का नाम सामने आया है, तो FIR में नाम आगे डाले जाएंगे। लेकिन फिलहाल की बात की जाए तो उसमें पोएटिक जस्टिस फाउंडेशन जो खालिस्तानी ग्रुप माना जाता है, हालांकि इंडिया की तरफ से भी बैन नहीं किया गया इस संगठन को, लेकिन दिल्ली पुलिस का आरोप है कि इसी संगठन के जरिए बाकी जो अक्यूज्ड हैं वो टूल किट को बना रहे थे। उसके अलावा मैं आपको बताऊं कि सिख फॉर जस्टिस और पोएटिक फाउंडेशन ऑफ इंडिया, इनके बीच कुछ कनेक्शन निकालने की कोशिश दिल्ली पुलिस कर रही है, कॉर्पोरेट करने की कोशिश कर रही है। हालांकि अभी तक कामयाबी नहीं मिली है। अभी तक दिल्ली पुलिस सिर्फ क्लेम कर रही है, एविडेंस के नाम पर उनके पास सिर्फ डिजिटल एविडेंस है, कुछ व्हाट्सएप चैट है और टूल किट है, लेकिन इसको अदालत में, कोर्ट में एस्टैब्लिश करने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा एविडेंस की ज़रूरत है, जो दिल्ली पुलिस के पास अभी तक की स्थिति में नहीं है।
And they're counting on perhaps the interrogation of Disha as well as other accused to get that evidence that Arvind is talking about. Meanwhile, you've got a suspected Khalistani separatist based in Canada. His name has been coming up in the last few days as well. Mo Dhaliwal is in sharp focus for allegedly holding Zoom calls with Disha Ravi, the young climate activist, and other accused activists. The founder of Poetic Justice Foundation has a rather shadowy financial record. With clear political links, Dhaliwal has shrewdly exploited Canada's liberal policies to run this separatist movement. Let's get you this report that dissects Dhaliwal's cryptic world.
From international pop star to young climate activists.
Because if we fail to do so,
it seems as if center stage of the farmer protest has been snatched away from the farmers themselves. The Delhi police has blamed Canada-based pro-Khalistani organization Poetic Justice Foundation and its founder Mo Dhaliwal of running a coordinated disinformation operation using the farmers' protests.
A woman named Puneet, who is based in Canada, connected these people to the pro-Khalistani Poetic Justice Foundation and through them created the toolkit Google document titled Global Farmer Strike and Global Day of Action 26th January.
But who is Mo Dhaliwal?
My name is Mo Dhaliwal.
A Canadian-born, left-liberal corporate brand strategist by day, but a cunning political strategist and forceful separatist Khalistan supporter by night.
This battle begins with the repeal of the farm bills. It does not end there. If anybody tells you that this battle is going to end with the repeal of the farm bills, that is because they're trying to drain energy from this movement. They're trying to tell you that you are separate from Punjab and that you are separate from the Khalistan movement. You are not.
Twisting a heterogeneous farmer movement in India into an ethnic separatist movement as per his own convenience. The bigger question remains, has he been working alone? Corporate filings made before Canadian authorities suggest that Dhaliwal registered the controversial Poetic Justice Foundation under Canada's Federal Not-for-Profit Corporations Act on March 23, 2020. However, his main business, a Vancouver-based PR firm, Skyrocket Digital, has been registered under Provincial British Columbia Registry, making it difficult to look into its financial records. Information available in the public domain suggests that Skyrocket has been more than just a corporate public relations firm. Not only has it been the strategist for Canada's New Democratic Party and its leader Jagmeet Singh, there's evidence to suggest a deeper association. Sample this. This individual is the head of engagement for Ontario's New Democratic Party, a provincial wing of Jagmeet Singh's NDP. But his LinkedIn profile suggests that he's also been working simultaneously for Dhaliwal's PR firm Skyrocket as a senior strategist for over 5 years. Back in 2015, Dhaliwal's Skyrocket announced a change in its business strategy, saying that the agency had found its calling and joining an NDP-linked political summit for the first time. The same year, its future client and Canadian politician Jagmeet Singh travelled all the way to San Francisco to participate in a Free Khalistan rally.
We all know what happened in 1984. We all know that this was a genocide. We already know that jo Hindustan de sarkar ne jaan bujh ke Sikhan nu khatam karna unna da maqsad siga sanu sab nu pata hai ehde vich koi shak nahi.
The Canadian government's own report highlighted the threat caused by Canada's pro-Khalistan elements. It identified the Babbar Khalsa International and the International Sikh Youth Federation as listed terrorist entities under the Criminal Code. But shackled by his own domestic political compulsions, the Canadian government is yet to adopt a decisive approach in differentiating between rightful protests and coordinated separatist movements, often sponsored by states. The Delhi police too have said that they intend to extend their probe to Canada.
प्रोसीजर के मुताबिक हमें पावर्स अवेलेबल है, उनका इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा इनको इस केस में तफ्तीश ज्वाइन कराने के लिए.
As of now, the focus has been on artists and activists spreading Dhaliwal's message. However, the question remains whether the real masterminds behind this information operation and their sponsors will be investigated anytime soon. Bureau Report, India Today.
So how did Khalistani groups based in Canada get in touch with activists in India, and then how did the message go across to Sweden-based Greta Thunberg? Let's explain what the investigation has revealed so far by the Delhi police. Mo Dhaliwal, who is the founder of the Poetic Justice Foundation, a Khalistani group, got in touch with Disha Ravi in Bengaluru through Puneet. Puneet is also a Canada-based woman who is the co-founder of the group, Mo Dhaliwal's colleague. So he got in touch with Disha Ravi in Bengaluru. And then there was a Zoom meeting. In Beed district, you had Shantanu Muluk as well as another accused activist, Nikita Jacob. All of them attended this Zoom meeting. After that, we understand that this toolkit was created and Greta was sent this toolkit via Telegram. So the file was sent to her and then Greta had uploaded it on social media. She had uploaded this toolkit and that's where the entire controversy started. So you see how really this entire web spread out. From Canada, you had Mo Dhaliwal allegedly going ahead and planning to reach out to activists, make this a mass movement. And then there was the whole thought of a toolkit which was drafted and sent across to Greta Thunberg as well. Now, let's also get you the latest updates on the investigation into the Republic Day violence. One of the key accused in the Red Fort vandalism, Maninder Singh, alias Moni, has been arrested by the Delhi police. Swords have been seized from the 30-year-old accused. Maninder, who works as a car AC mechanic, was arrested from Pitampura in Delhi. He's revealed to the police that he was radicalized by seeing provocative Facebook posts by various groups. He also revealed that he used to frequently visit the Singhu border and was highly motivated by speeches made by the leaders who are leading the protest at these sites. Let me take this across now to Arvind Hoja for more details. Arvind, already हमने देख चुके हैं कि दिल्ली पुलिस ने दीप सिद्धू को अरेस्ट किया है, इकबाल सिंह को अरेस्ट किया है. क्या मनिंदर सिंह एक पार्टिसिपेंट था आंदोलन में, प्रोटेस्ट में, वो वायलेंस में, या उसने ऑर्केस्ट्रेट भी किया था?
नहीं, फिलहाल जो जानकारी मिली है उसके मुताबिक जैसे और कई लोग रेड फोर्ट में वॉयलेंस में पार्टिसिपेट किए थे प्रोटेस्ट में, उसी तरीके से मनिंदर भी गया था, अरेस्ट किया गया. उसने पूछताछ में डिस्क्लोज किया है कि फेसबुक पर जो पोस्ट आ रहे थे उससे वो काफ़ी गुस्से में था, जिसके बाद और लोगों के साथ वहाँ पर गया था. एक विजुअल्स रेड फोर्ट का जो काफ़ी वायरल हुआ था, जब रेड फोर्ट के ऊपर से एक शख्स जो दोनों हाथों में तलवार लेकर तलवारबाजी कर रहा था, वो तस्वीर काफ़ी ज़्यादा वायरल हुई थी. वो मनिंदर ही था जिसको स्पेशल सेल ने अरेस्ट किया है और इससे लगातार इंटरोगेशन चल रही है. अक्षिता.
Okay, Arvind, thank you for getting us those details.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.